Welcome, my brothers and sisters, to video 2 in the Heart to Soul series. And following on from our introduction, this video is from the heart. It's from the heart. And it's titled Faith. What is faith? Well, I'm not willing to give you an academic reply, so I'm going to come from my heart. I have lived in the head and processed for too many years, and all I can say truthfully is that if we're not in the heart and we try and process what God's Spirit, Divine Feminine, is trying to say to us from the head, I truly believe the forces that oppose the light will take you on a round-the-world trip and you will end up confused. So trust me, come from the heart. What is faith? It's a gift. It's a sacred gift. It's an RSVP from the divine source, the creator God of all faiths and none. A personal invitation to embrace clarity, simplicity, joy, peace, love, friendship, and to experience humor. But more importantly, faith is written in your heart. The core values of faith are emblazoned in your soul's DNA. And if you wish to know what the gift means for you, then I invite you, as I will continue to invite you throughout the series, to take the words of Francis of Assisi, the 12th century mystic, the eco-warrior, who was inspired by God to Lord Kuthumi to incarnate as Francis, to restore a church, his church, the Christian church, from hedonism, materialism, pluralism, and Epicureanism. Yes, the church of Peter had become corrupt, and the ordinary man and woman had lost sight of their God because of what was happening in Rome. Francis has 3 words for you. And if you wish to embrace that gift, then you need to enter your sacred sanctum, your inner sanctum, your oasis of love. Close your mouth, your ears, and your eyes, and allow your heart become open by using the most precious gift that God has given to you and to me. And that gift is to reawaken the spirit of love within your heart. And you can only do that through silence. And silence, as you now know, is the gateway to your soul. And your soul is the gateway to God. Not the Christian God, not the Islamic or Judaic God, but the Holy Father, Mother God of all faiths and none. God did not create one religion. Man created many religions. Why? Ego. And the message from the Divine Feminine and Mother Earth on the 6th of February 2011 was a personal invitation to all the children of God to put aside the letter of the law, God's law, to put aside the ancient practices and principles that served one well in those times, but to come into the 21st century, to come in and embrace the God of this generation, a God whose name is being defaced and wounded by man, where mankind in their stubbornness and obstinacy are naming and shaming God, a God of love, because mankind has lost the art of simplicity, the art of generosity, and the art of forgiving oneself and returning to one's higher self. So faith is a personal invitation from the divine creator being to your heart today. And many people have said to me, in my nursing career as a nursing monk and then latterly as a teacher of Ascenic Energy Medicine and a retreat director, as a soul worker, it's too hard. What's too hard? Is stubbornness such an excuse for truth? I come to you now in love. I have no script before me. And I'm offering you a personal invitation today to embrace a loving God, not a God of fear, which I encountered as a very young man as a Catholic nursing monk, and who lived 8 years deeply unhappy, because what I discovered, sadly, that was more important to the community and the order I was a member of was abiding by the 14th century rule of life, by adhering to traditions that no longer were sensible. They were impractical, making the religious habit. I had to do it according to a 14th century rule book. Crazy. One wasn't allowed to bring one's creativity in. Not that I had designs to create fancy dress, but to alter a basic stitch that was impractical for a modern machine was not allowed. You to do it by hand. So let me just revisit what we're talking about, faith. Faith is more than a spiritual gift. As I've said, it's a personal invitation from a loving God to embrace the heart of the mystical heart of the Creator, and to come to that heart in balance with both male and female energies of God, not to come to this mystical heart with a predominantly male egotistical belief, as has happened in the Abrahamic faith. They are more focused now on upholding the ancient traditions of their forefathers than coming into their heart and embracing the mystical heart and exercising their free gift of free will to embrace the simplicity of loving God. That is faith. It's a belief, yes, we may not see God, but we see God in creation. And as an independent Christian who's come away from one's church because of that mindset of fear, control, deceit, dishonesty, where the name and love of God is being defaced on the high altars of corruption and greed, I much prefer a simple God and a simple way of life. So my God I embrace through the natural world, as Francis did, as Sri Chinmoy did, as Gandhi and the Lord Buddha did. So faith, it's not academic. You can read to your heart's content, but to receive the gift of faith, you have to do what Teresa of Avila suggested. You have to kneel down in your interior castle, and you have to be willing to let go of allowing your mind to control your heart. You have to kneel in the presence of absolute love and surrender your heart to love. And basically that's faith. It's a personal invitation to Source, to embrace the God of all faiths and none. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the next video.